Happy Wednesday, Boalia Desmond here. Thank you for tuning in. Today is Wealth Wednesday, so I hope you're able to do something fun that blessed somebody's life today and that it cost you money. Why do we talk about Wealth Wednesday? Because we want to be givers. We want to get in the whole spirit of giving so that as you make more money, as you gain wealth, giving is an easy thing for you to do. So I titled my message today, Why Not Me? So if you live in the U.S., today is Veterans Day, so we are honoring all our men and women who have served our country and who are still serving our country. So today I have a special guest with me, my friend Jody, whose son serves as an airman in the Minnesota National Guard. So I'm so excited for her to be here to teach us. We're going to learn from Jody, and we are going to be blessed today. So Jody, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And so we just want to learn from you today. So what inspired Preston to want to serve in the National Guard?
Well, I think Preston always thought about a military career. His grandfather was in the Marines, and Preston always looked up to him for that. So when he first started talking with us as a teenager about being in the military, it wasn't a shock to us. But it was an interesting process. He talked with a number of recruiters from multiple branches, considered ROTC, Guard, active duty. And when he was meeting with a military or a Marine recruiter, the recruiter gave him a set of tiles. And they were a number of reasons that people often choose to join the military. And it included things like educational benefits and seeing the world and traveling abroad. Some of it was, I think, because it was my family's tradition and something that my family just does. And so Preston put all of the tiles in order, and then when he was done, he said, well, the reason I'm interested in joining really isn't on these tiles. He said, I just feel like someone needs to serve, and I'm able to serve, so why not me? And I just thought, wow, that's just something that's struck home with me and has stuck with me. Why not me? We're called to do many things, and if we're able and capable, why not me?
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Well, that's great. So, we with COVID happening, and then we saw a lot of chaos going on in Minnesota with the riots and everything else. So, knowing that he's in the National Guard, he got called, right? Mm-hmm. So, what kind of challenges did that bring about, do you think?
Well, it was scary. To be completely honest, when the riots started and they started talking about calling up the National Guard, Minnesota was, I believe, the first state to call any. The first night, I think they called up 500. The next day, I think they called another 2,000. I was getting text messages from friends asking, is Preston going to be called up? And I said, well, I don't really think so. He doesn't think so, because they call all of the Army National Guard before they call any of the Air National Guard. He's in the Air National Guard. So we didn't expect that he would be called. And then, sure enough, 11:15 at night, he got the call that you need to report tomorrow morning at 10. And he was about 3 hours away, so he contacted his base and said, hey, can I get 7 hours of sleep before I drive there? But I think one of the big challenges was just the unknown, not knowing what he would be asked to do, not knowing how long it would go on, not knowing what the resolution would be.
Yeah.
So unknown.
I mean, your kids sign up. And, I mean, chances are we don't expect them to get deployed, much less get called for something that's
something
scary.
Like that, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we expect he will get deployed, but never thought in that type of a role.
Right.
So it
and
was
in our own country.
In our own country, yeah. It was scary.
Mm-hmm. And so as a parent, like what was going through your mind? Like you knew, like we could see what was happening on TV, and you're thinking, my gosh, my son is there.
Right.
Right. How did that feel? Like, how did that feel for you?
Initially, it was terrifying because you watch it on the news and yet it seems so far away. Mm-hmm. And you still feel safe. But when it's your own child that's going, it was terrifying, not knowing what he would be asked to do. As it turns out, his job was basically to relieve someone else that was trained in security services. So that gave me a sense of comfort. But initially it was terrifying, not knowing what he would be asked to do.
Yeah. And, of course, he had the assurance that, hey, I'm in the right place because this is what I signed up for. Yeah. And,
Yeah, he was committed and definitely ready to go.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say to parents you know, like what has been like the greatest support for you? How do you get supported as a parent who has a child that's serving?
I would say friends, knowing that friends are praying for his safety, having other moms in similar situations. So we have a good friend whose son was also called, and we leaned on each other heavily during that, just sharing experiences and being there to support each other. So that was huge. And then just the calls, the texts, the messages from people saying, I'm praying for your son.
Yeah.
That was huge.
So what is Preston's plan? Like what does he plan to do with this? Like do you think he plans on being in the Guards for...
So his commitment that he signed up for is 6 years.
Okay.
I think that's probably what will be the extent of it. He is in college at Mankato State to be a pilot, so that's his ultimate goal, but to be a commercial pilot. So he'll continue out his 6 years of service, and you know, if that changes and he decides to do more, time will tell.
Well, that is
But at this
incredible.
point, that's his plan.
That's incredible. So, so for some, are there a lot of resources for, you know, for parents to lean on, or what?
You know, it's funny the resources that you can find, and how much support you can find just on Facebook. There's a Facebook group for supporters of people in the military, and there are ones that were unique to his flight when he was in basic training. So it was parents of people that were going through at the same point, that started at the same point and would end at the same point. And now I'm part of just a general one. But yeah, that actually provides some amazing support, and people often put out there, please pray for my airmen for this reason or that reason. And so we all try to support each other that way.
Amazing. So do you have any last words for anybody out there?
Well, I think one thing that I've often felt is there's not enough guidance given to people that are considering military as a career. I often feel like our high school counselors and other people push 4-year college, and that's an awesome career choice. But I think military service is also a great choice, and so I've seen how it's helped Preston grow and mature as a young man, and I would highly encourage parents to encourage their children to explore it.
Wonderful. Well, there you have it. Happy Veterans Day, everybody, and thank you for your service, and thank you for joining Jody and I tonight. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for day 10 of our 14-day challenge.